Okay, so welcome everybody, whoever is watching this on Twitch live right now, or if you're watching it reuploaded later. So I'm Alejandro, I'm Alexito4 on Twitter, and this stream I'm gonna try to continue working on this thing, what you're seeing on the screen, the import specification package written in Swift. And if you want to know more about it, you can check out our previous work on this. It's uploaded on my YouTube channel. But mainly what we are trying to do is work on this Swift SH. So the whole idea here is that Xcode or the tooling around Swift scripting is still not there per se. So I like to use other tools for that. And it means that I need to be changing between SwiftSH and Marathon, for example. And the tricky thing here is that each one has a different way of dealing with third-party packages to automatically import them. So in this case, SwiftSH is using this kind of import. But if we go to Marathon, just give me a second here. There you go, Jean Sandel. This one, it's using a different thing for imports that you can see here. So my goal with this is to be able to basically create a base package that will facilitate different tools on the ecosystem to be consistent in how to import a third-party library. The how to import it and download the package and compile it and link it and all that stuff, I'm not gonna touch that, mainly because that's already a solved problem. I just want to make it, to unify a little bit the things around this. Okay, so in our previous stream, let me put the music a little down on my side for some reason. And the thing is that now I don't know if the stream is gonna be okay with the audio. Okay, I have that down. Interesting. Because now oh man, audio issues as always. I think I need to turn this off. So now I cannot hear myself. But I trust that the regulation I'm seeing here fine. And if not, well, tough life, I guess. It'll be fine. Okay. Well, if somebody has any problem with the audio, feel free to tell me. But let's get this show started, otherwise we're not gonna do anything today. So to start with, I basically in the previous stream that I did, I actually created the package. And what I did now is I have a GitHub repo with it, so we should get that going. So this is the copy that I have from SH. Let me go to for the specification, and open the Xcode project to see that still everything works fine. Okay, so let's run the tests. Run some tests, and everything should work because I haven't touched anything, but you never know. You better make sure you start with a green project first. Okay, so yeah, one thing I wanted to mention is that remember on the previous episode how I spent a bunch of time trying to figure out this thing. So this make temporary file that we have, that I basically put here, yeah, and I said, shouldn't this be part of the path package that we imported? It's also created by the same author by Max. So I actually asked, because I took a look and I didn't actually understand why it was not there in the first place, because actually SwiftSH is using it. So I actually took a look, and you can see here, I actually asked Max path Swift. So I opened an issue, actually, I don't know if it was yesterday, yeah, actually asking for it, because I saw that it was there at some point, but it was removed, so I was a little confused, and he actually confirmed that it was there once as part of the public API for path, but he removed it because he considered that it's a specific responsibility that it's not part of the library that he wants to create, and he actually says that there is so much stuff to do about temporary path that a specific library for it will be nice. And he actually was nice enough to point me that there is another implementation that the Swift Package Manager is using that I guess it's more complete or whatever. I'm not sure, I haven't checked out, but you have it here if you are interested in on the Swift Package Manager repo. So that's why we were having so much confusion the other day. I had confusion the other day because I saw that SwiftSH was using it, but because it was using a version of Path that included it, so it was a little confusing for me. But basically, he says, yeah, feel free to vendor it, which is what I did. The only thing I want to make sure is that we actually have the last version. So I think I'm gonna literally get this file. Literally get this file. Yeah, I'm gonna just put it here on the test because so we create the file for the test only. And everything works. That's it. Oh yes, it does. It's just Xcode messing up with me as usual. Typical Xcode. Okay, so now that we have this, I think it's time to take a look at how we're gonna import this into SwiftSH. And that's gonna be interesting because I've taken a look little bit on SwiftSH and I know a little bit how to do it, but we will see. I mean, who knows how this goes. So let's go for the ride together and see how far I can go today. So first of all, I have a fork of this little boy, which as far as I know it should be this open source tree. And let's make sure that I pull from upstream if there is any more changes. No, seems alright. Okay, so we are up to date with with upstream. As you can see, 1.5. Okay, so now the plan is generate with package because project, and I always copy paste it. Too complex to write, to be honest. There is a lot of things to write. Oh, come on, this terminal I'm using sometimes does weird things. Okay, so we have the package. If we run the tests, I haven't changed anything here yet, so they should work fine. The tests for on Swift SH, I've noticed that they take a little bit to run, mainly because they do a lot of end-to-end and integration tests, so it actually starts the processes and executes the scripts and all that stuff. So it takes a little bit to run. I'm not sure if it should take that long. Is it running? I ran them the other day and it them that it was working. Actually, I still have the execution here. Yeah. It does it. But because it does all the end-to-end integration, so it needs to pull dependencies for every script, so it takes a little bit. But we're getting there. Meanwhile this is running. It's still running. Didn't take that long. Didn't take that long. But yeah, it's going. So let's ignore this for now while this is running, and let's open the Swift package. Because what we are gonna have to do is import a package. Now, this is where I'm gonna have trouble because I don't have much experience using Swift Package Manager in this way. So that's gonna be fun. Because what I'm interested is... I have this, yeah, okay. So I don't know if you heard... Actually, I don't know why I heard that. But yeah, I have a small sound for when the test pass, so I always make sure that they pass. So I have the release here. So technically, I should be able to do this. 0.1. Now there are different things that I'm wondering here, but let's give it a try. See what happens. What are you? So the first question is this gonna be able to fetch from a private GitHub repo? And the answer looks to be yes, because the repo basically because it's using my GitHub credentials to access it, so my repo is accessible by me, so that's fine. And what I always forget with these packages is actually this, like use the dependency in a target. I always forget that, but that should be working. Let's generate project. Okay. So now technically we should have some compiler errors. Well, no, because I'm not importing it. Yeah, fair enough. But now, so the process is this little boy, import a specification, can go away. Okay, this boy, oh boy, I don't remember if we imported this or not. I have some. Yeah, or not project. So we also have the version, so we don't need the version. Remove that. Temporary directory, I don't care about that. Stream reader, I moved it also, but as if you remember, I was talking about that maybe I still need that. So I'm not sure. But now we start to see compiler issues. Makes sense. Which makes sense because we don't have it. But hopefully, if everything goes well, I should be able to import my library. And at least this type is there. Okay, so let's see. What are we missing? Parse. Sense. Yeah, didn't we say that parse? Parse. I don't need it. I don't need parse. Because what we did instead was created let me check it here. So I did this parse. That is parse. Oh, the parse is part now of the import specification. So that means that yeah, we can. So little by little, I'm removing everything that we used, and now it's work. Because as we saw the other day, this is a because I did parse. So this parses a path. If I'm not mistaken, this is the thing that parses a single line. Private, so that's fine. And as you can see, this opens the reader and all that stuff. Is over here. I love this music. So what we need to do here is basically call import specification parse. Look at this the other day, and now kind. Hmm. Tell me that this was different before. Really? So this was the run function. Because I remember, I'm mistaken, but I remember trying to align the API. So what if? Yeah, see? Okay, okay. Yeah, I was scared that I did things differently, but no. So this was the state of the run before, so the run passed a path. Okay. And now it doesn't. So that was cool. So we did some work the other day that now we need to change, and that was what I was a little afraid. Not for the changes themselves, that's fine. I mean, we should be able to figure it out, but because I'm not sure how to be. Oh, thank you, my first follow that I received live. Baya Ruhaf. Thank you for following me. Sorry for pronouncing your name probably completely broken, but thank you. So I was saying that my issue is gonna be probably with not knowing exactly what's the workflow with the Swift Package Manager in terms of actually developing a library at the same time that you are using it. So that's gonna be interesting nonetheless. But let me take first a look at what changes have happened here. So we have two variants of the run. One that accepts a file. Yeah, okay. So this is to be used when it's running a script that it's not coming from a specific file, when it's running it from basically from the standard input. And the other is when you actually have a file. Let me move a little bit. Yeah, okay. Okay, so now the run function expects a reader. We should be fine. Oh, that's gonna be a pain in the ass. I mean, it should be easy because we just need to extract this part from here and accept it, and that's it. Which, to be honest, it will be even nicer because I don't think we need to use the path library then. Okay. That's cool. But yeah, my problem is that one, that I'm not sure what's the workflow with Swift Package Manager. Let's see if I can see something obvious on how to use it. Because I'm not sure. But the package manager documentation, it's sometimes a little tricky to decipher. What is it? Package manager. Yeah, modules, packages, that's fine. Example, so I know how that works. I want to know importing dependence. The thing is that documentation on GitHub, it's focused on being documentation for development, which is fine. But sometimes it gets tricky. Building Swift modules. I think I will take a look at this. Not this. Oh man. I was not expecting. I remember they added some functionality for this. Edit. So that's what I want. Put a package in edit mode. I don't know. Let's see. Do you want the name of the package, I guess? Yes, I can give you the name of the package. Problem. And then branch to create or use a checkout at the path. Ah, so if I do path and I use this, another follow, thank you. iBots Productions, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. One is starting, I'm just starting to do this because basically I do it on my own anyway, and I thought it would be fun to share this with the wall. Ooh, magic! So that's cool, I guess. So if I'm not mistaken, now yeah, sorry, Xcode. Sorry, don't freak out, please. Revert, yes. Okay. Okay. So does this mean that this import now it's using that module? Well, I mean, let's check. I know that I have to get rid of the stream. So which basically means that I need to parse this stream. Let's see what Max used for the naming reader. We use reader here, so let's use the same convention. So we already have the reader, so this is gone, which makes it nicer because we don't even need the path anymore. That should compile or not? No, because I need the reader. Wait. Because reader is not public. Well, guess what? Now it is. What else do you want? Make iterator can be declared. Yes, yes. Public, do it public. That's fine. Okay, so now we built this. Now, are you telling me that I have now saying is of it? Not me not remove that because who knows if there are more things that. Yeah, see, I don't think it's doing what I think it's doing. Because these parts now should be. Yep, it's not doing what I'm thinking. It's changed and it's reloading. Xcode, wait, what are you doing? Okay, so let me check first. This pin thing, what does it mean? Yeah, so this is, it's basically symlink to that. And this, what is it? This is changed. Okay, so maybe I just need to, okay, let me do this thing again. So let me generate the Swift SH project and let me open it. Not that, sorry. Okay. And maybe I need to compile, no, because it's not there. Oh, Xcode. Oh my god. Yeah, because I already have the stream reader. So let's remove this and hope that he didn't make more changes on that. Okay, so now this is compiling, and what about this? Now we have the version of reader. Okay, so it's basically Xcode was using a version that shouldn't have been using. But now that we have this, we can use the reader to get basically the array of dependencies. So we literally can get rid of this, and we have the array of dependencies. That is cool. Well, can throw. This function is throwing, so that should be fine. So we have this done. Okay, now what we need is what I already said on the other day. I already mentioned this, that he's doing a single path through the file. To get the dependencies and to get this line, the contents of the file. And the thing, oh, it's concerning me. It's concerning me because of the standard input. Yeah, so let me finish my sentences. So the concern here was that he's doing one iteration for two reasons. One is to get the dependencies, and the other is to get the lines, the content of the script itself. By me moving out the part that parses the import declarations, the dependencies, I'm basically getting rid of this. So this is no longer required. Okay, so this shouldn't be required anymore. But we still need to go through the reader to get the lines. Because the way he has done this is that you need to pass this content here, and because it's using a stream reader, basically you need to go through the entire thing to get the lines. Which maybe we could just read at once, I'm not sure. But well, for now this is the situation. Yeah, see, he changed the pop. So he actually changed the stream reader because he added support for this. Yeah, probably get it. That's what I wanted. Mainly because he's been adding more features. I don't want it on the stream reader. I don't see the stream reader diff. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I haven't pushed on my okay. So my repo is not really up to date, the remote version of it. But I should have here this. I made it final just for the sake of it, to be honest. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so now this change is here. Now the question is this change also here? Oh, that's actually pretty cool, this workflow that the Swift Package Manager uses. I'm actually pretty happy with it. So to get the stream, you need to import my library, which is called again. Why was it? Code? What are you doing? Come on, Xcode, get rid of the red. Now it gets rid of it, but it's still there. Don't worry that it's coming. Yes, see? I knew it. So you are reading and compactmatic. Parse. Too many changes. The question is what you want to do? Because it throws. Because it throws. So which parse accepts a string? Which parse accepts and why I don't have? That's on the eject. Eject. Get the stream reader. Makes the iterator. Okay, but I have the last version of the right. And it makes any iterator for string. Okay. And the compact map. The compact map goes through. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Parse. Not this. This parse is literally the parse that I removed. So let's see what else. I guess he changed the parse to accept also string. Parse was the parse accepts a line. Ah, wait. Okay, so what you want is this. False control. Up. For the specification. Whoa, it's compiling. It is compiling. It is compiling, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's run the test. It's not gonna work. It can't work. Oh, damn. Oh, wait, because the unit tests, we already moved them. So we said we already have these ones. Just double checking. Let me just double check. And the way I can double check is by, yeah, let's do this. Gonna be nice, but it's gonna make the work. So we have can do specific imports, can overwrite import, can provide file, can use test, can extract, minimal, more spaces, trailing white space. I don't have this one, and this weekly arrow, I do have it. This new one looks like it. Let's add it here, and let's it. Okay. Arrow. And remember the difference is this. Is it passing the test? Yeah, so I'm updating now my library, but I was just checking. So I think I have all of these ones. So these unit tests can literally go away. Okay. There's something else that we need to remove. Okay. Well, yeah, obviously. Okay, okay. We're getting there, eh? We're getting there. See how they run. So as I said before, you saw that's gonna take a while. Actually, give me a second while these tests are running. Oh, they are failing. Damn. Damn. Let's let them finish and well. We'll have to take a look on why are they failing. And this is gonna be tricky because these tests are the tests from the actual Swift agency, so running stuff. And the fact they don't work, it's scary. Because I've only worked in one part of this code base, on the import specification, but I haven't done anything else. I haven't investigated anything else, so that's gonna be quite tricky. Integration test, yeah, so all of them failed. GG, well played, Alex. GG, well played. Try again next time. Oh my. Assert equal failed. Nil is not equal to optional success. Say what? Assert equal fail. Nil is not equal to promise 3. Yeah, so it's expecting all of this and it's getting nil. Not cool, eh? Not cool. I don't like it. But before we do this, let's do one thing and clean up the import specification to make sure things still work on their own. and then we can take a look at why I broke Swift SH. It's not good. Okay, okay. So the import specification import a specification library. It's fine. Seems to work fine. Now the question is, why did we break the other library, which is the tricky part? Yeah, this seems fine to me. This seems fine to me. So let's take a look at this. What are we doing wrong? So let me run test conventional. Result script output, result script. Result script. Okay, so we have like an example script, simple script that yeah, it just does this. So we can try with this one first, okay. We can try this one first and see. I mean, it's gonna fail it. I want to run it just this one. See what is going on. So let's follow the process. Here, let's follow the process. And if it is what I'm thinking, it's gonna be tricky. And it is what I'm thinking. It is what I'm thinking. Wait, what? Why didn't it stop on my breakpoint? Yes, sir. Stop on my breakpoint. Task thing. Oh, snap! Because he's doing it in another process. Oh, snap. Can I debug this then? Damn. Damn. That's unexpected, to say the least. So can I do instead run? Yeah, but run what, sir? Run what? What do you want to run, my sir? Run path. No, run. Do this. Let's do this with a difference. So script is result script. Line what? Line 0. Yeah, whatever you mean, mate. But now instead of this, let's just run it in process. Is that gonna work? I'm not sure. Let me think 1 second what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm doing a run. But I want to do run with arguments. Why is this not run file? No? Shouldn't this work? Argument pass to call. I'm a little lost because I don't know what API is doing. What I want. Why it doesn't show up? Doesn't show up. Argument. But it has arguments by default. Arguments state. The call can throw. Really? Red to run. Oh, so much red. I don't like it. Okay, now we can debug it. I don't know if this part is gonna work, but at least we can take a look at this part. So we have the reader here, and what's gonna print? Nothing interesting. Okay, thank you, Xcode. And do we have dependencies? Dependencies, it should be one that is the result, and the name is antitypical result. That's fine. The constraint is up to major from 4 point. Yeah, that sounds fine. Now, that's gonna be the issue. The reader is already at the end of the file. Oh. So stream reader is basically, it's a sequence, it's a single pass sequence. So when I read it on the import specification parse, I consume it. I cannot go back to it. That's what I was afraid was gonna happen. Oh man. Okay. Oh, I love this song, by the way. From Approaching Nirvana, links on the description. Okay, let me just check, just in case. I mean, just in case, you know, that thing that you say, oh, maybe not. Maybe not. So let's look. What can we do with this? So the instant reader creates a buffer and it goes, yeah, basically it reads through the, just reads through it. Oh, rewind. I'm reading from the beginning. So we can actually rewind. Is that gonna work? And I could do that. That's ugly. Really ugly. Not even public. Public. That's the change. So now what? Are you gonna run? The alternative, which is probably what I should be doing, is say, look, the import specification parse, it's not that fancy, okay? Yeah, we can work with the stream readers to make it, I don't know, to not load all the files at the same time in memory, but look, you are basically already keeping the whole file in memory. I'm still not sure exactly what's the purpose of the stream reader, if I'm honest. But I can say you can use a stream reader on your library, but import specification is just gonna work with a string. So you give me a string, and I give you the imports that I find itself. And that's it, and that's gonna basically get rid of a bunch of things that we don't really have to care about. It's gonna get rid of the stream reader dependency on my library. So that's probably the best approach. But just for out of curiosity, so let me check. I have the dependencies here, right? Yeah, bam, that still works. Now the reader is at the end, so if I do this, bam, the reader is not at the end anymore. Now the question is it gonna parse the script? Looks like, yeah, looks like that should work. So what if I let this continue? So it's getting the dependencies, and that was working. That worked. Why? Well, yeah, I take all. But if I just get rid of this that I was using for debugging purposes, and I run all the tests, let's give it a try. Oops. Oopsie. Sorry. Let's give this a try and see what happens. Remember, for if somebody is watching and it's just joining the stream, I'm trying to basically pull out some logic from this library, from SwiftSH. Basically, I'm trying to pull out the logic for getting the dependencies. So basically, this library allows you to make a Swift script, and you just put this, and it figures out from where to import from Skit. I'm trying to pull this functionality out of the library, basically, so we can then use it in other tools, like for example Marathon, that as you can see it has a different syntax. So my ideal world, the one that where we all are super comfortable writing Swift scripts and using Swift for scripting, in that world I actually want this syntax to be the same, you know? So that's what I'm trying to do. And we're getting there. We're getting there. Step by step, we're getting there. In the previous stream, I actually pulled out the code from SwiftSH. So, credit where credit is due. All the code. I mean, I didn't write the code, to be honest. I just pulled it out and moved a little things. So, and I just clean it up a little bit, trying to keep max way of writing code. But I just pull it out on the last stream, and now we're trying to use the library that I pulled out in the SwiftSH, so there shouldn't be any functional change. It's just that now we have factored out a piece of code that then we can reuse somewhere else. Oh no, one is failing. 7 are failing. Oh, why? Standard error fetching blah blah blah. Can I see the output of the standard error here? Can I copy it? Error. I mean, is this because I broke something? That looks to me. It's fetching foundation, it's fetching promise kit. Completed, cloning, resolving, promise kit and foundation. So that part is fine. And with the unit test on my library, I don't think I have an issue there. And we have checked already that the dependencies that come out are actually fine. So the only problem that I can see with the changes we have done is that actually the script disappears somehow. Oh, thank you for the follow, Concert Man. Thank you for the follow. Actually, fun enough, I'm doing this stream now because I had some free time and because my girlfriend is actually in a concert, so I had the whole house for me. It's failing. Why is it failing? Oh damn. I'm gonna be drastic here. So I removed the entire cache and see if that helps, but I mean, I will have to debug it, so we'll see. Now it's gonna take even longer because I removed the cache, I guess. If not, what I'm gonna do is again the same trick. I'm gonna pull. Yeah, it doesn't work. Dang. So yeah, let's debug this properly. Because I want to make sure it's not again the same thing with the basically the stream. As I said, that thing with the stream, not totally convinced. We'll make it work, right? And let me put again. Because I want to be running it 2 times. Run this and breakpoint. Perfect. This I can debug it, that's super cool. And the cool thing about this is because it's Xcode and it's tools I'm used to, I'm more comfortable still. This I'm comfortable checking out what works. Language, but no. So the so I'm creepy is there, and looks work fine. So I import the what is this? Why do we see this here? That's weird. I'm not sure why we see this. Can we see this? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think this. Ah, wait. The right is doing. Right is doing it. Okay, let me run it again. Actually, so the temporary directory is there. Or whatever. There. And the file is a path. Now but that should be alright. That should be alright because fine, it was working fine, so that's not the issue. That I'm passing. Yes, these are new lines that here, when I'm here, actually try to lines one by one, so that's fine. And the music stopped. YouTube doesn't like that we're playing music. But tough life, mate. I already have enough problems with this. Oh man. But this is fine. This is fine. There is no argument. That's also fine. Will it be... Let me just compile again. In case I'm running tests of something that is not up to date. But, I mean, I don't think so. But we can try. Because the next step is going deep down into the script runner, and I really don't want to do that now. It downloads the libraries for sure because it's cloning, resolving. That's fine. It's compiling promise kit, compiling, thinking promise. Ah, look, now work. No. Yeah, why not? Because I see this. So it actually worked. The script actually ran. There's something weird. I see it here, so. Okay, maybe that's why it's running another process. If I do this now, this will work. I'm going crazy. Crazy. Come on. Resolve promise kit. Don't know if it works. See, now it's compiling. Compiling, running. Bam! Now it worked. Okay. So, what? So maybe we were not running the last version, the last compilation that I did. I don't know, let's try again. Let's give it another try. Because this thing should work. This thing should work, pam pam. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's gonna work? Let's pray. Let's pray for it to work because otherwise... No, I already say failures or this was... no. Well, this is the standard input. The standard input, fair enough if it fails. Fair enough because I already know why it will fail. So that's fair enough. Four, okay. Okay. Four only for now. Now it's like 300. Bang. 4, okay. That's not that bad, you. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because... Thinking. That's not that bad. Mainly because the stream reader. The stream reader is the cause of this. I am pretty sure. And I cannot test this one easily. Test standard input can be used by SwiftSH. Yes, see? What is this doing? 1 second. And the Shebang. Oh, the stream reader, the stream reader. That is gonna be painful. So let me tell you what's going on. At least what I think is going on. Is this the problem? I think this is the problem. I think the problem is that the stream reader, so it's the same thing. It was happening like minutes ago. The problem is that when I do this, I consume the stream. The stream is a single pass thing. Like you go through it, and when you get at the end, you're at the end. That's it. You can not go back. You're at the end. So this loop was just going from the end to the end. So there was not parsing anything. Now, I tried to be smart and say, yeah, there is a function that you can rewind. And it does rewind. It rewinds the state of the stream reader. We can check here. That actually the rewind, it does a seek to 0 and it resets the state. Now, probably my assumption is that this seek to 0, it's basically saying no when this stream reader actually comes from a standard input. This guy. I'm pretty sure the standard input is a single pass thing. You cannot go back. Maybe that's not right. Maybe I'm wrong there, but I'm gonna go with that assumption because I think it makes sense. Don't ask me. Let me check the other tests that are failing. So that failed. This easier if we do it from here. Tell me only the errors, please. Okay, so there is only 2. Test naming mismatch. Is the wait what? But these were working. We saw it working, right? Didn't we? Yeah, right. I'm not crazy. And this is the standard input, yeah. So I think what I'm gonna do is it's probably try to redesign this to accept a string. I'm gonna redesign this to accept a string. Should I accept a path instead? A stream inside, so I have my own stream. To be honest, if SwiftSH didn't use a stream the first time I saw it, I would just have used a string. I don't think there is much point on you. This now is failing because you want to fail, right, sir? Okay. Okay, let's try one thing then. Let's follow this approach. Let's not overthink it, and let's follow this approach. So let's go back to skip, no, to run. So let's follow this approach. So yes, you receive a stream, but what? Just get me the lines, please. And now here, my parse gonna say I can even let's do it just for I can duplicate this and way parse. So I still keep the stream API. Oh, what is this music? I didn't heard this one from. Are we still? Yeah, approaching Nirvana. Cool. I didn't heard this before. Juana before. That's what it is. So let's say reader. And here we already have this. So don't need this. Don't need. We don't need the dependency. And wanna work? Okay, these changes, let me test them. Import specific. Joined. Termine adding the given separate. I don't remember now. And default. Oh my god. Luckily, finally, I think with the next Xcode, we're gonna see here what's the default value instead of this useless default that doesn't tell you anything. If you have, you can go on my YouTube channel and I have a video about what's coming with the new version of Xcode that includes Swift 5. And one of the things they fix, I think, it's this. I haven't tried because I'm still on High Sierra. I'm not on Mavericks, so I can try. The false operator is an empty string. Okay, so yeah, not useful. We do this? Yes. And here, what's the problem? Character has no member, has pre. What? Ah, because we are enumerating each character. Okay. With this. Split 9. Now. Call can throw. I know that. I don't need the text anymore, but yeah. Okay, the tests here are passing. Now, let's compile this. And that means that the change we were doing here on run means we can do this. And I can parse. So for example, if I run this like this, now the problem wouldn't be that the script will be empty. The opposite will happen. The script will be there because we are going through the reader first, but then the imports will be empty. So that's why the stream reader, you need to be careful, because if you go through it once, bye-bye, not working anymore. So I'm gonna pass you the script. The script. I'm basically just copy-pasting. But let's make it work first, and then we can see if we can make it nicer. Please, let's make it. That's important. Obviously, then I'm gonna try to make it nicer because if I need to make a proper pull request and explain my case, I will need to have this code at least properly done. I mean, it's not like we're writing bad code. I mean, I like it. Oh, why do they still fail? Well, let's see what happens. Keep running. When you're running, like to the console will find for. Up, 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 up. They okay. Is it working? This doesn't seem to work. I don't know why. And I swear it was working. Wasn't it? Seriously, wasn't it working when I did some changes on right? Man, now I'm super confused. I'm super confused. So if I run this, I just want to see if I see on the console the promise value 3, because I'm pretty sure I see it. Come on. And that's that whole thing, that the tests, because they are integration tests, they take long to run. They take quite long, especially because you need to clone and resolve. And I think every time it's doing a new temporary file, so that's why it takes so long. Terminated. Why are you terminated, sir? Is this the same thing? Okay, so that's. Did I fix this? Did I fix this by removing the cache? That's what I did. Because if it's this, I mean, I don't know if it's my fault that I broke something. The tests were definitely working before, so that's for sure. Like before I touched the library. I'm just wondering if it's something with the cache. Because being honest, while I've been using SwiftSH, at some point I had issues that I had to clean up to remove some folders. So maybe this is the same thing, I'm not sure. If this works now, I'm gonna run all the tests again. Yeah, I'm sorry it's quite boring, this part, but that's what happens when you run tests. Yeah, see, now it works. So we need to make sure that everything works. Okay, let me try to run again all the tests and see if they fail or something. If this one fails, I don't know why. This one fails, it's probably just because, yeah, the cache, something with the cache, I don't know. It's super weird because this guy here, it's supposed to make temporary files all the time. I don't know why it wouldn't. Well, I mean, it creates one temporary file for each test. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Okay. So if this works, I think the goal, the first part of the goal is gonna be accomplished, which is basically we have pulled out this functionality. As I said, I need to think about cleaning up this, because again, do I need this? Do I need that? Maybe I can just live with it and that's it. And then I would like to make sure fine. It seems to be, but I just want to make sure. Because the alternative is to pass the array, array of strings, an array of lines into the parse. But that will just be compromising the import specification library for the sake of, because this usage is like this. And again, when the next step will be to actually use this library in Marathon, and then when we go there, we will see, because maybe Marathon is doing things completely different, and who knows if this is even possible. Okay, test succeed, all the tests. This is great, because it means our job here is done. It is done, my friends. This is super cool. Okay, so now let me take a look at these things. I'm just gonna check. I'm gonna check this because I want to know who is exercising the test script. He's using a stream reader, which is pretty cool because it means that I'm testing this bit and this bit at the same time all the time. So I think I like that. I will keep it like that if I keep this alive. So that's fine. Then the next thing is this warning. I mean, this warning, if I compile, it went away. I know, but I'm thinking that we just need to do. I'm just thinking about the performance of. I mean, we can make a reduce. Quite simple problem. To be honest, didn't we have a reduce? Yeah, with thin out. We can using this and accumulating the result be done like this. Working. This is the first time I do. Contextual is enough. Oh yeah, sorry. I always make this mistake. If you're really picky with not using one variable. Result of call is not. Oh wait. Returns the result of combining the elements of the sequence. Yes, sir. Yeah, but isn't this already? But if we are mutating on every step. Okay, maybe not. Still. That's gonna work, or is Xcode gonna? I know. Okay. Yeah, okay. The reduce is not actually okay. Fair enough. I Yeah, okay, that's fine. I can use this. Should I do the same for this? I don't know. I'm gonna leave the 4 each. The 4 in, because basically that's what Max did. So there is no point on being a fancy thing for no reason. Probably maybe this is more performant. Yeah, you never know. You never know with these things. But I don't think that is worth changing his code for this. Okay. So I think we have this done. At least for now. Obviously, if he changes something, then we're screwed and we need to do the changes again. But for now, at least, we should be fine. So what I'm gonna do is go here and get through this. And actually review, let me review the changes. Oh, path, we don't need path anymore. That's true. True and pretty cool. So is this import? Yeah. So what is the package? Package. So path, we don't need you anymore. Hey. Wait. So here, let me... I don't know if this... I never remember if generating the scope project actually rid of the... actually gets rid of the dependencies. Just to be sure, let's do build. To be honest, I'm not sure if anything that to do rid of the dependency. But anyway, if you don't have it on the package. Okay, so we have this. Now we commit these changes. So let's review again. So we remove path. I changed the parse function. Die, fool. I love this song, but please. Over. Thank you, sir. So, yes, so I replaced this so we no longer use the path now. Or you give me a stream reader. That was the first thing we were trying. And it actually broke many things on the library because it's a single path sequence. Or you give me the entire string, which is what I prefer since the beginning. Then we do... Do we need the line? The line? Xcode is not complaining. Yes. And the index? Why do we need the index? Check for this. Okay, fair enough. And then we get rid of this. Wait. Ah, yeah, the diff is confusing me because this is here, but here, so that's why. Then the stream reader we basically updated with I can read it. This because nobody else is here. So I basically updated with the last version. Updated with the last version. Rewind. Oh, now I don't know. Let me just get a stream again. Because I want to make sure I have the last version here. Basically, I'm removing files here. I don't want to go here and remove things. The only thing I need to do, because I want to make it final. That's, to be honest, guys, that's because I want. You are reloading, sir. We'll run the test again to make sure we haven't broke anything. So I did some change. thing. That's good. I love setting up little sounds for Xcode. I love it because you know, like these things take a little time to compile. So when you switch context after the tests are run, you hear like a pam, or if the project fails to compile, pum, like the sound is different. I removed this completely because now it's part of the test and it's just used for the tests. Cool. Okay, so what can I call this? Changes to allow integration with Swift SH. Basically, no longer. Oh my god. No longer using path set stream. To be honest, to simplify even more the library, I should just remove a stream reader and just stay with a string. Simple API, especially since the stream reader is copy pasted everywhere. Like if we had a proper library or if it was part of Foundation, then okay. You know, because yeah, you already have it. But otherwise, we should just get. So say what? Oh, I didn't pull this. What? Still right? Updated the README. I think I do it. I like to update the README directly on GitHub. Let me push these changes. And the other thing is that I don't have the. Come on. I don't have the. Ah, yeah, I have it. Okay. So that's one thing. Now, remember in the beginning how I actually put the. I actually put Swift SH dependency on import specification in edit mode. Remember that. So my guess is that we need to undo that. That will be my guess. And to be honest, the first time I'm doing this. Okay, so now it removed. Yeah, let me see. I'm just trying to understand what it does exactly. Let me see. Where does it put? It puts the checkouts in there. Put the check here, okay. And when you put it on edit mode, it puts a dependency folder so you can access it directly and it's okay, fair enough. Fair enough, that's cool. So now the only difference that we need to make, okay, so this is fine. Now what I need to do is release a version 0.2, but I did that from GitHub, right, the other day. I don't know, let's do it. Master 0t.2 first integration with Swift. I don't know if it's Swift SH or Swift. I just do this because I don't know, having it separated. So let's publish this release. Again, this is it's a private project, so it's not accessible from the outset, which I will have to do to make the PR, but for now we're playing with this. And eventually, to be honest, if Max wants to take ownership of this factored out project, I'm totally fine with it. It's he did the code, so totally fine. I checked the license, it was before everybody, so I guess he's mad at that. But totally, like, this is his code. I just pulled the code in a separate. So now import specification should be done. Next thing is with sh, you now share don't compile, because obviously we're getting the wrong version. Not the. Come on. Please. To generate you again. I need to do like a shorter way of generating the package, because I never type correctly. Generate -xco project. Come on. I don't remember that. I'm not. That work, I guess, right? You don't compile now, right? Because things are missing. Fair enough. But that's why I want to go here, set 2, and close you. See? So generating the Xcode project, it actually updates the libraries, which is pretty cool. Now let's see if this compiles with the library directly pointing to my repo. And we're getting there. We're getting there. Run the tests again, just in case. And I need to commit all these changes. I don't want to lose them. Let's take a look at that. Meanwhile, this. So read that. A branch. I think he follows any specific thing for. I think he follows any specific naming for. On my project, we usually is kind of like git flow style, but I don't think I can do factor out. And I actually like this. I discovered this the other day. I always do factor out blah blah blah, and actually now first 3 changes the spaces for dashes, which is cool. So factor out, man, the name I put on this library. Using import specification. Thank you. Factor out, import specification. Hopefully I'm not gonna lose that. Okay, and now let's all of this, and now we need to review our changes even before pushing. Okay, something that you should always do. I follow some streamers and I watch other programmers streaming, and that's something it always like kind of freaks me out. Like they run the test, pam pam, yeah, everything is working. There's one, they have tests, and they just push it into their server. Especially if they use Subversion, they just push directly into the main branch. And I'm like, what? You don't even check the changes you did. Like even if everything works, it compiles and it runs. Maybe you left some comments or something there that you want to clean up. Take a look. Okay. So if this works, we're gonna be stream here in almost 2 hours. But I think been really productive. I think I've accomplished what I wanted. This test don't fail, because if now you fail, somebody's gonna be triggered. Oh man, I need to put a GIF that I can put on stream every time I say triggered. Bam, it shows up the GIF. People that work with me, they know. It's like every time something triggered. Okay, perfect. Vamos. Test succeed. We hear the bell. Bang! That means that we are good to go. So, as I said, let's review what changes we did. So, we obviously changed we import. Oh man, no, do this. We imported the package. Bam, perfect, no problem. Yes, imported the package and I added the package here. Cool. Eject. We imported the package, and instead of doing the parse function that he was having, we use our own import init, which accepts a single line, so it parses a specification from there. And this, I guess it may return an optional. Let me double check that. And right now, I don't remember. Yeah, it returns an optional because, of course, if there is no import on this line, which basically is gonna be like the majority of lines, it's gonna return an optional. That's why we're using compact map here to get rid of the optionals. Because compact map is not flat map, okay? They are different. You want to know more? Please check out my video on it, or read anywhere. I think Point Free has a great video about it, and I think it's one of the free ones. So check that out, please. But it's not the same thing. It's not just about naming. The concepts behind it. But yes, anyway. So here we are using the library, and we are getting rid of all the parsing that he was doing here, and we are just reading the file, creating a array of strings from it, and parsing it into my library, basically reconstructing the script that we have. Perfect. Simple change. Shouldn't be any problem. Now we destroyed the importer specification because that's on my... You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna open my library here because I want to make sure. So we get rid of import specification because we don't need that. I also removed this and what? I also removed that and nothing is complaining. So wasn't he using that? Ah no, yeah, I moved it. I also moved this. To be honest, this part, maybe I shouldn't move it. Maybe it should stay into his library. Okay, let me do one thing. Swift sh no. So, and I hate this. I'm gonna copy. Main dependencies and package lines, should they stay in sh? Okay. Let's go continue. So we also removed parse because parse an extra import that it's private. Now that it's part of this that I changed, I moved into initializer, so we have a type and a static function, basically a factory, kind of a factory method, you know, that does it. So that's fine. What else? We have the script import specification. Why do? Well, yeah, because it needs to get this. That's why I'm saying maybe this is not our responsibility. You know, maybe this shouldn't be part of our thing. Maybe this should just be stay here as an extension on our library. Maybe. It's used in say or yes, I think that will make sense. I'm gonna think about it, and when I do the PR, if I haven't changed it yet, I'm probably gonna comment on it and say the max things. Stream reader. We got rid of it, and now it is part of this. Ah, that is wrong. But I also need it. I also need the stream reader, but I don't want it. Okay, so I think this is the clear indication that the stream reader doesn't belong. It doesn't belong into our library. Okay, let's do that. I'm gonna write a note. I've removed Stream Reader because it's also exposed public, but I don't want it. I just want to accept a string. So revert this. And I'm gonna put this as a to-do because we're gonna do it before doing the PR. And let me save this. 1 second. Just in case. I mean, there is nothing. It's just playground, some stuff that gives some memes everywhere. Okay, before I forget, let me go back. Venga. So, okay, let's continue reviewing that. So we remove stream reader. We remove version. Because version is here. That makes sense, I think. That makes sense because version part of the dependency. If I look for version here, yeah, thank you. On the type. Please, can you look for processor? Doesn't the script use the... Well, to be honest, it doesn't because the main target... It doesn't because this guy is doing what it needs the version for. This. Yes. So see, the version, it's not even required because we have this extension that it should be there. So yeah, probably. Anyway, looks fine. Now the unit test, I removed the unit test, but I have them already and I double checked that with this list here. Everything should be alright. Everything should be alright. Okay. Okay. Using the factored out import specification. Okay. I'm gonna push this to my repo. And that's cool. So I think, yeah, I just need to clean up that bit. Need to clean up that bit too, yeah. And if I have this and I can make the PR and then we can take a marathon. Okay. I think I'm gonna do this off stream probably tomorrow. Or another time. But tired. 9 p.m. Need to eat something. But yeah. So let's recap what we have done on this stream, because I'm pretty happy with the result, and I like when I'm pretty happy with the result to recap. So the issue we have been trying to solve all along during these 2 hours plus the hour from the other day is that I want to improve the tooling on about scripting on the Swift Commonic, and Max has done a great job with this, and others before him already had similar things like Marathon, and there is another tool that people using, but each tool has different way of working. And what I want is to be able to use different tools with the same script without having to modify my script. And this is one of the painful parts now. Because each one has a different import. For example, this is how SwiftSH imports, and this is how Marathon imports. And they do the same. They just get the data and you can run it. They get the packages and you can run them without doing anything manually. So I just want to be able to standardize this. Okay, that's my goal here. So what we have done is, because I like this syntax, and because to be honest, SwiftSH has had a lot of talk in the recent days, and it looks like it's promising a lot. So I said, okay, because I like the syntax, because it doesn't say anything about SwiftSH. Instead, Marathon mentions Marathon, which is So what I did is I took the code from that Max did to implement this, and I factored it out into my fancy ImportSpecification library. Again, all the code is from Max. I just moved it out and changed a little the API to make it, because he was using free functions sometimes, and I just make it in like in a specific type, so it's easily when you import it as an external library. That's the only thing I've done. Okay. Now, next part was modify SwiftSH itself to use this library, and that's what we have done today in these 2 hours. We had some issues with the testing, and we had a little issues with the stream reader that I am still not convinced, and I will take a look tomorrow to change it a little bit. But it's done, the work is done. Test pass, everything seems to be working fine. Which means that we accomplished this. Once we have this, it means that we have SwiftSH working with code factored out in our library, and now next day we can go and take a look at Marathon, take a look at how this is implemented. I haven't actually looked into this code in ages, so I don't really know how this part works. So maybe it's super hard to change it. And the extra complication here is that Marathon has a different syntax. So even if I'm able to integrate this library and use this new syntax, I will still have to keep compatibility with all scripts. Otherwise, obviously, nobody's gonna want this change on Marathon, because it's gonna be a breaking change, and nobody likes breaking changes, and I don't like them neither. So I will need to keep both functionality. That's gonna be an extra step. That's gonna be an extra challenge, but that is gonna be for next day.